Hello, everyone. So I know I have only 5 minutes, so I'm going to go really quickly. So my name is Seungbeom Kang. I'm an assistant professor of Urban and Regional Planning Department, and I joined the faculty of UF last fall. And as I mentioned here, I often define myself as an interdisciplinary social scientist, and I have an interest in understanding what's happening at the lowest segment of private rental housing market. So what interests me most is the various conditions under which the low-income households struggle with unstable housing situation in a particular policy context, as well as in the private market setting. So I see my research as a part of broader efforts in social science to study the relationship between affordable housing, urban poverty, and housing policies and planning. So as I presented here, my primary research goal is to identify the barriers that constrain the low-income household option for affordable housing and to develop the policies and plans to preserve and expand their housing options. So my research areas include affordable housing policies, housing instability, residential mobility, urban poverty, and social equity. So one of my research topic is preservation of affordable housing. So as a first step to explore the supply side of low-cost private rental market, I recently proposed a unique way to estimate the number of naturally occurring affordable housing. It's so-called NOAH. So NOAH usually refers to unsubsidized, privately owned rental units that exist in the market. And estimating NOAH unit is crucial to identifying local housing needs and developing a plan to distribute the resources for preservation of affordable housing effectively. So in this study, I applied the proposed approach to the 4 largest metropolitan area in Florida and analyzed the neighborhood level changes in NOAH stock from 2000 to 2016. So one key finding is strong suburbanization of NOAH. The result revealed that although a large proportion of NOAH unit is still located in urban neighborhoods, newly generated NOAH tends to be disproportionately located in suburban communities. And when you look at the right side, there is one map showing the distribution of NOAH in the Tampa Bay region in 2016. And another research subject that I'm currently working on is to examine the various causes and consequences of housing instability. So housing instability is often represented by involuntary and frequent residential moves. And I analyzed long-term residential histories over 15 years among the low-income household. And I wanted to understand the conditions under which more chronic forms of housing instability occurred. So I examined how cumulatively prolonged housing instability experiences affect the mental health. When you look at the right side, there is another figure that shows the different types of housing instability trajectories over time among the low-income household. As you can see, some people are mostly stably housed over time, whereas there are some people suffering from the housing instability continuously over time. So my finding is that the severity of one housing instability incidence is interconnected with its persistence. In other words, the more severe one housing instability incident is, the more prolonged the housing instability is likely to be over time. And also results show that the more housing instability incidents an individual has experienced, the poorer individual's mental health is likely to be. So this cumulative relationship is significantly found among the female individuals. And there are some of the key findings of my recent work, and I'm going to continue to work on understanding these subjects in the future. And also recently, my research interest has expanded even further to social vulnerability and equitable distributions of disaster recovery fund based on 2 sponsored projects. I hope I will have another chance to introduce those studies in the future. Again, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce my research. And if you are interested in housing related topics, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be always happy to speak with you. Thank you.